Coming up this week, I ventured out of Bangkok and I'm looking to find Thailand's lost rainforest, home to some truly magnificent secrets.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got a fantastic location for you today, somewhere off the beaten path here in Thailand, only 3 hours north of Bangkok in central Thailand. Welcome to Uthai Thani, a land of lost, forgotten jungles, wooden temples, incredible landscapes, and just the perfect place to get in touch with nature, disconnect, and just to be around some of the most unique, rare, unseen part of the country. I'm here for the next 3 days and this video will document the entire experience. So sit down and relax and let's explore Uthai Thani together. This is going to be a good one.
It took me 4 hours to reach the outskirts of the province of Uthai Thani. It'd been a long drive from Bangkok, and I was here with my trusty Honda CT125, or Zelda as I call her. And I quickly started to soak up the slower pace of life out here. At this time of year, when the wind blows and the temperature drops, you know that the rain isn't too far behind you.
Oh, come on. What's this one? Car. Bit of a slow start to the adventure. Lots of traffic and carnage in Bangkok. That took me 2 hours. Then 2 hours through the rice fields in the middle of nowhere in central Thailand. And now we're just kind of hanging back while there's a big storm up ahead. It's a tiny little localized rain cloud, but it's lashing down. So we're just going to hang back. Fueled up here at this little local fuel station earlier. I've come back. It's only 5 minutes from where I was. Have a cold drink and wait for that distant thunder to head further north, away from where we want to be, because we're only half an hour away now. I just don't want to turn up soaking wet.
I'm filming this in late July, and so you can wait around for an hour, maybe 2, but these storms do pass quite quickly, but then the next one is never too far behind it. I thought I'd timed it right, but when I was only about 10 minutes away from my accommodation, the heavens opened up once more. And this time, there was going to be no escaping the inevitable. In my eagerness to leave Bangkok, I was so excited to get back on the road, I foolishly forgot my waterproof jacket, waterproof pants. So for the next few days, I was certainly going to get a bit damp, to say the least. Soaked to the bone, we were here, a gorgeous spot nestled in the prettiest of valleys. The room was pleasant, and as most rooms are at this price point of just over 1,000 baht, it was clean, it was bright, it had aircon and hot running water, and a trusty hairdryer to help dry out my only pair of shoes. The room comes with breakfast, although the breakfast was just a bunch of snacks from 7-Eleven stuffed in the fridge. Some rice porridge, some prawn porridge, some hot dogs. It was pretty basic, but I wasn't complaining. Alright, so as the rain continues, but it's much lighter than it was when I was driving here, a very quick tour of my accommodation and my base for this adventure. This 3 days in the Uthai Mountains. So I explored this area a few years ago. Dreamy actually exploded on the side of the road. I had to get a complete rebuild engine. And so whilst I was actually exploring this province, I did so on a crappy little motorbike. I drove past this last time and it looked really nice. And it was surprisingly affordable. So we've got 2 little rooms here, a left and a right. That's 1,500 baht a night, and that's what I've booked myself into. And there's a big nice green space with a water feature. And there's fish living their best life. And they're doing a little bit of work on it. Just a little bit of metal work. I think they're finishing these 3 rooms. But it's fantastic. It's so beautiful. A lot of the accommodations in this area, and you'll find this a lot actually in Thailand these days, a lot of these independent places, they won't be on Booking, they won't be on Agoda. You'll have to find them on Google Maps, and then through Google Maps find their Facebook page. A lot of Thai hotels, guest houses will be on Facebook only. They don't have to pay any fees, and they can control their marketing a little bit better. I mean, next door, this place here, Hup Pa Tat bike camp. This is another accommodation. I can actually pick up their Wi-Fi signal from my room, so it's right next to where I'm staying. And this one again looks lovely. A bit more landscaping and a bit more care and attention to the gardens. Seems to have a bit more character. There's some nice little cars and a retro camper van. An Isuzu camper van, wow. I've come here for a few special reasons. I want to take you to a few places that are incredible and are in this area of Thailand. But this little valley, even in the rain, with the thunder and lightning, out in the distance thankfully now, it's a special part of Thailand, and not many people come here. I love to just walk around places like this on foot, explore the neighborhood, daydream away, and just imagine what would it be like to live here? What would it be like to buy this land? Just pleasant thoughts and dreams. Central Thailand is often overlooked. It might not be as dramatic as the north and as beautiful as the south, but as you can see, it's still truly stunning. I've travelled around Thailand quite a bit, as some of you might know, but there's not many places that I think, oh, I'd like to live here or retire here. Oh, I'd like to buy a plot of land right here
and sit on it for 10 or 15 years, or build something nice. Not to live here now, I'm too young, and Bangkok is, such a hub of activity. Miss P works there, I have so many opportunities there. It's where we live at this stage in our life. But can you imagine retiring in a valley like this? And in the 4 years that I've been coming here, it hasn't changed. The roads is just as well kept, the trees are just as well pruned, the flowers are just as bright and fragrant, and there hasn't been any major development here. This cafe viewpoint thing was here 4 years ago. I think it's just closed today. There's a Coca-Cola van going past. This part of Thailand, to the locals, to the Thais, has a nickname which is the Switzerland of Thailand, because it's quite striking and the mountains are very beautiful. And so it's very popular with Thais to come here on the weekends and take pictures, have a drink, drive through, visit Hup Pa Tat, the famous place I'll take you to soon. Maybe tomorrow, because it's getting late now. And so this area will have enough going on, but there isn't a beach here, there isn't a hub or a town here to sort of allow it to pop off like a place like Pai. And here I just don't feel like it would ever turn into a place. So buying land here could be a good investment, because you're finding this is an oasis in the middle of central Thailand. You'd have to go all the way up north before you started getting dramatic landscapes like this, and then going south you'd have to keep going to Krabi. Obviously there's a lot of beautiful places in between, but I'm just saying there's not really somewhere so striking, so beautiful as this, and still so completely under the radar. So it's a potential place to maybe, whilst I'm here, ask a few questions. Is that plot of land for sale? How much is it? Oh really?
Day 2, I awoke to a peaceful morning. Still moisture in the air, but we can make it work for us today. So right, let's get back on Zelda and let's explore some more. Driving around these parts of the country on a motorbike should be considered a highlight in itself. And I found myself just pulling over time after time, simply to just take in the atmosphere and the gorgeous landscapes.
I know you guys miss the good old dreamy days when I had my little Honda Dream and we were going to every province. And trust me, I miss those days as well. But there was a reason why I upgraded to Zelda, and that was so I could just get off the beaten path a bit more, get off the normal Thai roads, And this is exactly what we're doing. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go because according to Google Maps, there isn't a junction here. We're not on Google Maps. If I screenshot my phone, you'll see we're in the middle of nowhere. But basically, look how cool this is. I want to keep going. I don't want to turn around and limp back into the village and connect to Wi-Fi and figure out where I am. I want to keep going. I want to keep exploring. This is fun. Woo!
Eventually, I was spat out into the farmlands. These lowland areas of this province are extremely fertile, and you'll find plenty of people working in the land, growing pineapples and sugar canes and all types of delicious fruits. In this part of the country, you won't find any normal convenience stores, no 7-Elevens, no PTT garages. It's way more rustic, more like the good old days.
Man, I'm having fun on these mountain roads. We're going up and into them today. I wasn't expecting us to go so high. You forget Uthai Thani has a big mountain range. Looks like there's a couple of lads here having a lunch break. Oh, sawasdee krab.
พูดไทยได้นิดหน่อย
อ๋อนิดหน่อยครับ
โอเคครับ
อร่อยไหม
ยังเลยเลยยังไม่ได้กินเลยเลย
Okay, enjoy. Little viewpoint here. I didn't realise we were going to have such an adventure on the motorbike today, and the views are just spectacular. What a sleeper. What a real hidden gem Uthai Thani province is. And long that may continue. Really quickly, just want to say a big thank you to the sponsor of my channel, Squarespace, for helping me come to these incredible places. If you're looking for a website for your business or your small blog, whatever it might be, Squarespace is the perfect place to visit. You can choose one of their award-winning templates. So that's what I did with my website, which I'll link below so you can check it out. I just amended it with pictures and videos and added my own blog posts and started selling products, started selling services through my website. And even if that sounds a bit daunting, then you can use their new AI called Design Intelligence. You just answer a few simple questions and the AI will actually build the website tailored to your specific needs. And even when I'm traveling and I'm taking pictures and writing down notes, I can turn that into a blog post and upload it on the go thanks to their incredible Squarespace mobile app. Have a look, see if you can build a website. It's completely free to build it, but when you're ready to go live, come back to this video or click the link in the description and visit squarespace.com/Paddy Doyle, and you'll actually get 10% off your first website or domain with Squarespace. Thanks again for them for sponsoring this channel and enabling videos like this. And I'll show you this place soon. I'm sweating. I've just parked Zelda on the side of a road. I saw a waterfall that I've never been to before on Google Maps. It looks really pretty. And usually these things are in national parks with a ranger station and to pay a fee. But this one looks like they're either building a ranger station. Anyway, they told me to go down here and the waterfall won't be far. It's so much fun driving around the countryside, particularly in this province. It's just so quiet, so peaceful. These trees here with the orange robes, they're marked out by the monks. I think it's to say that this tree is important spiritually and not to ever fell it, which obviously these orange robes keep people from cutting them down, which is great.
Even though this waterfall is free, someone has made this staircase. And I mean, I'm not complaining, because without it, I wouldn't be able to climb through this thick jungle. I'm just sure that in the future, they will start to charge once the construction of that ranger station is complete.
I've never been to a waterfall like this. They've built this staircase, which cost a fortune. You know, this is a private waterfall. It's not part of a national park. Someone's built this for a reason. I would imagine they want it to become a place people make a journey for, maybe park and pay an entrance to the man who owns this land. Someone probably told him, you know that beautiful waterfall on your land, why don't you build a staircase up to it and then charge people? And he probably said, yeah, okay. But I don't think many people have been up here for a while. Look, it's all overgrown. Luckily, they built it with this metal material and it's not rotted away. As we go deeper and further up into the jungle, this is a hidden gem. Wow, look at this. The water cascading over the rocks has calcified, creating a kind of mineral rock. It seems to be more runoff from the higher jungle, maybe a stream or maybe just rain. I wonder what it's like here in a heavy downpour like yesterday. What a find, huh? Just hard to explain what it is. It's obviously a waterfall and it's obviously incredibly beautiful, but let me know in the comments exactly what that mineral is. It's probably a calcium deposit, but I don't know for sure. I'm certainly not a geologist. There are actual sections of moss that are growing on it as well. It really is quite pretty. Such a small little pocket of oasis. A tiny little capsule of heaven here on the side of the road on the way to a magnificent temple. It does continue. There is another staircase, but it looks a little bit hectic and I'm not really looking to break my ankle today. I would have to scramble up those rocks, go up that steep staircase and then maybe get another view of the second pool. But this is as far as I need to go today.
Yeah, not a bad spot, eh? Right, onwards and upwards. We've got a little weather window. It's not raining at the minute, so let's use this to our advantage.
Wow.
One thing I've learned about traveling Thailand, especially at this time of the year, when the weather is good, get moving.
So this behind me, this is the highlight of Uthai Thani. But we're going to come back here a bit later because there's so many more beautiful places that are about an hour to 45 minutes from here and they're all clumped together. No rush to go here. I might do it in the morning before I leave actually tomorrow. We'll see. If I get back here in time for this afternoon, we'll go check it out again. You'll find lots of places like these in Thailand, dotted around. Cool little unique restaurants, cafes, guest houses, hotels. It seems like the limitations when it comes to building things in Thailand are only limited by the imagination of the person behind it all.
A quick brew and a delicious pad thai, all fueled up and caffeinated for the next stop.
Okay, I've arrived at this little market here in a little village in the middle of nowhere. And the temperature just dropped about 5 degrees in a couple of minutes whilst I was on the bike, and I turned around and the rains have arrived again. I've been here before and it hasn't changed much, which is great. And I think coming here in the rain might be the most magical thing ever. Let me explain. So, in front of me, it's not the tallest, but it's one of the tallest trees in Thailand. And they've turned it into a little bit of a tourist attraction, if you call this a tourist attraction. But out here in Uthai Thani, this is about as touristy as you can get. Look at this little bad boy. Oh, it's so light. Feels like it's made of air. So this particular species of tree grows in this part of Thailand.
No shit, Sherlock.
And you can see it from a mile away. And as you get nearer and nearer, you can park up. It's free entry, which is great. And you can just come and enjoy nature. We've got some durian for sale. Different grades. And I've always wanted to come back to this tree. Came here a long time ago with Dreamy. And just found it on Google Maps and saved it and vowed to come back one day. And here we are, almost there. This rain is magical. If only you could smell that humid, jungly rain smell. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. This is the tree itself. They've actually developed it a little bit now. They've got this nice sign and they've got a pavement that goes around, and I think there are several other trees within this mini forest of giants. And then as you come through, there are these giant papaya trees that have grown to adulthood. These tall, thin ones that you see all around. They're a type of papaya tree. Definitely don't want a papaya landing on your head. Just check it to see if there's anything. No, they seem quite small and not quite ripe. Have a look at this. This is the base of the tree. So over the hundreds, if not thousands of years that this thing has been growing, its structure and its foundation has spread out. I'm going to count how many steps it takes to get back to this point, so we can kind of gauge how big the circumference is. "66 steps." I know it's not exactly scientific or mathematic, but there you go. It took me 66 steps to walk around this thing. I'm fully aware that in terms of Thailand, a tree might not stick out to you as a highlight, but I've always remembered coming here. It literally stayed in my memory so vividly for so long, because I'd never seen a tree like this before. Just look at it, it's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Of course, the camera doesn't do it justice. It is gargantuan, and you literally have to crack your neck so high to be able to see the tops of it. There's definitely taller trees that I've seen. I remember one in Borneo, which was just absolutely outrageous. As the rain starts to intensify, I'm going to find a little spot in the shade and just enjoy it. And enjoy this rain cloud coming in.
There aren't many things on this planet that make me more content than simply sitting in a rainstorm, admiring a giant of nature and collecting my thoughts.
I love traveling Thailand during the rainy season. Yes, it rains, but look how beautiful it is. I've had a look at the weather. Oh, careful. And it doesn't look very good. It looks like it's going to be raining at some level for the rest of the day. And in every direction that I want to go today, it's going to be like this, I think. We might have little breaks. We might have huge downpours. Let's just accept we're going to be wet and muddy for the rest of the day because somebody forgot their rain material, rain jacket, rain cover, rain everything. I was just in such a mad dash to get out. And I'm so excited to get back on Zilda and to get out of Bangkok for a change.
When it rains like this, make sure you go slow. The last thing you want to do on a day like today is to skid off and cause yourself a mischief.
We've made it. We are soaking wet, but we are certainly not dampened in spirits because look at this. I'm about to show you what I think is one of the most magical temples in the world, okay? Isn't that unbelievable? I'm standing here in the pissing rain and I couldn't be happier. Now this temple here has a long Thai name that I don't want to get wrong, but of course, like all of the locations in this video will be linked in the description. Come and visit this place, preferably in a car on a dry day, but I like to call this place the magical wooden temple of heaven. It is just so unique, and the best part is we can go inside. Everywhere you look there is an award-winning photograph to be taken. I mean, just that is beautiful, and there are carp swimming and doing all kinds of fish related activities. And there's a beautiful wooden bridge which we can walk across.
These days it takes a special type of temple to bring me back. Thailand has just so many, you are just completely spoilt for choice. But this temple guys, I would visit any day of the week because it's truly magical. This reclining golden Buddha is a new addition to the temple, and it's quite something. I just loved watching the rain flowing off the side of the statue. It was just mesmerizing. But as far as temples go, there's not many that are completely made out of wood, surrounded by limestone cliffs, on a lake with beautiful ornaments, caves, and loads of things to see and do in this particular area. There's a lot to explore in this province. 2-3 days is just not enough. You would need 2-3 weeks to really get stuck in amongst it and tick off everything and see everything. I drove past a few beautiful villages. I drove past a few beautiful temples. I quickly popped in to have a look and thought, wow, I'm saving this for another day. If it wasn't so rainy, I'd probably stay up here for a few more days. It's just beautiful everywhere you go in Uthai Thani. I'll stop jibber-jabbing and leave you be, and then I'll take you back. I think we'll go back towards where we're staying. It's a couple of hour drive from here in this weather anyway. And it would be nice to get back before dark. Right, I've made it back to base camp. Wonderful day exploring, wonderful adventures, even if we did get soaking wet. The other thing I wanted to show you was the room that was in use last night by a family. So you've got one bedroom in there, and then you've got another bedroom in here. And I couldn't come in here yesterday because they were using it. But you've got a nice dining area, an outdoor kitchen, and they had their food and they were cooking and they had their beers and they were watching YouTube on the telly. And then over here they've got this nice little outdoor area with these nice lights, and it looks beautiful in the evening. And then there's a little like man-made lake. But yeah, it's just really nice, and the people who run it are really friendly. They don't speak English, but we've had a right good laugh. Squarespace. I just wanted to show them your Harley. He's got a collection of Harley Davidsons. That big one. A beautiful one here. Look at it, it's got speakers for the radio and everything. And then a big touring bike. And then he's got a couple of little Chinese copied Daxes for bombing around town. A couple of little quad bikes. I think you can rent these and just bomb around town. Nice people. And you can order food. So I ordered my pack of power yesterday. You can order beers to your room, and some lady will come and drop it off. And a big open space for camping. And it's got me thinking, like, I wouldn't have to live in it now. You know, I'm happy in Bangkok, obviously. But, you know, maybe buy some land, build a nice house, and then rent it out for 10 years. Let it pay for itself. And then when I'm old and knackered, I could retire to the beautiful valley. Let it out. I love to dream. Did you have a nice day out, Zelda? I know you're covered in mud and you're filthy, but so am I. Wouldn't have it any other way. Right, it's our final morning here in Uthai Thani, and it's time to finally check out the lost jungle I promised you at the start of the video. Inside this collapsed cave system is Hup Pa Tat, or as I like to call it, Thailand's best kept secret. However, in classic Paddy style, when I arrived, there was a slight issue. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie White Chicks, but I'm about to have a BF.
I'm gonna have BF.
Wait, hey, what's a BF?
She's gonna have a bitch fit!
So I checked out this morning, said goodbye to the lovely people at the Mountain 222 guest house, got on Zelda, and I've just driven around the corner to Hup Pa Tat with all my stuff. And I saw 3 ginormous coaches and my heart sank. I thought, oh no, I've been hyping this place up as a hidden gem, unknown to man. And there are 10,000 people here. The good news is, it's just a school trip. It's a local high school. They've got 3 big groups of kids. They've all got to share one torch between them. And they're gonna go in now. And if I know anything about teenagers and nature, is that they don't really mix. And they're not gonna be in there for very long. I'll be in there for 2 hours, enjoying, walking, climbing, taking pictures. They'll be in there 30 minutes, hour max. They didn't go in there with clipboards or paperwork or pencils, so they're not doing any artwork, they're not doing any real scientific things. I think they're just going in to have a look around and get a lesson about the history of this place and the meaning of it and how incredible it is. And so I'm just going to let them enjoy their school trip. I definitely don't want to go in there and film with a huge group of teenagers. And so let's just hang back, have a coffee and wait for them to finish their little school trip. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I thought I was going to be escaping the crowds of 3 other motorbikes that are here and 1 car. Just had to be transparent. I've been hyping this up the whole way through this video, and when I turned the corner my heart sank. I thought, oh my god. Luckily it's not coach loads of tourists, it's just a local school trip. Okay. The kids have finished their school trip. I've got my torch. Now I think the last time I came here, guys, it was 400 Thai baht for a foreigner to enter, but now it's only 200, so that's good. This is the torch they give you. It's pretty good. You turn it that way, you get the front light, and you turn it backwards, and you get that cool light to light the floor. And then we go into this cave. So Hup Pa Tat was discovered by a monk in the 70s. And then in 1984, they decided to dig out this tunnel. And they thought, well, let's see what we can find. And what they found was something magnificent. So let's follow in the footsteps of the first explorers. Sawadee krap. You see the bat? There are bats sleeping as well on the roof. It's so hot and stuffy in here. You'd think they'd choose to live in a place with a bit more of a breeze, right? Okay, the school kids have officially left, and the handful of other Thai people who were in the area and have come in to check it out have also left. I think we've got this place to ourselves now, guys. I think I should mention the entire sound of the jungle and the birds and the insects that you're hearing. That's 100% the sound that I'm hearing. There's no post-production. There's no fake sounds. This is the sound of a lost, forgotten jungle. other than extremely rare plants and rare birds and things like that, the most famous, infamous critter in here is a millipede, a pink one, whether we see it or not. This is one of the most magical experiences you can get in Thailand. This sound, this fauna, this atmosphere, incredibly rare. That pink millipede, that's what we're looking for. Keep your eyes peeled, okay? Because it's very rare, it's very special, and I would love to finally see it on the third time of trying. I just got attacked by a flying beetle. I can see a pink millipede. My iPhone's not very good in this low light. Let me grab my camera off here. They're quite small, but I'm excited to see one. Look, it's real. I'm not pretending. This isn't stock footage. This is actually the rare pink neon millipede. It looks like a punk rocker. Oh my god, there's another one right there. I didn't even see it. Actually, so there's one here. There's one here. There's the one I've been filming. There's quite a few on this rock. I'm so chuffed. I'm so happy to tick that off my list. Last time I came here, I kept my eye out for them, couldn't see them. And I know it's just a bug, but that's a very special bug. And to be able to see one and to film it and to share it with you, that's a massive bucket list for me. Might not be that interesting to you, but to me that is just like such a win. This is another incredible highlight here. There is an entrance into the second cavern. So this dome of ferns and millipedes, as beautiful as this is, it actually gets even more dramatic the further you explore. Inside this cave, thankfully, we can pass through without torchlight and it enters into the next section. More jungle, more beauty, just more fun. What a place this is. What an absolute place on earth to explore. There aren't too many places in Thailand or the world where I think you can go through a cave with a torch and discover a lost, forgotten jungle with unique plants, rare animals. Have a look at this. This beautiful limestone wall here. There's a bit of a clearing actually. There's actually a breeze. As you can probably imagine, it's incredibly stuffy and humid. I don't know if you've ever been to Kew Gardens in London. It feels exactly like that in here. You will be sweating buckets And not surprisingly, just like anywhere else in Thailand, away from the touristy spots, it's completely immaculate. There's not a drop of litter. There's not a fragment of plastic trash or anything. There's no human activity here other than the odd plastic laminated sign showing you which way you can go and where to be careful. It's just amazing. I realise I'm probably speaking to about 0.01% of my audience, but if you're really into ferns, then you'd love it here, because these species are incredibly rare. My number one tip, if you come to Hup Pa Tat, is go slow. You've got nowhere else to be. So stand still. I know it's hot, I know it's humid, and I know you're sweating. But when you stand still and you just listen and look, you start to see ground nesting birds or things appear and fly away and dart away. There's movement in the trees, and you look and a bird just comes next to you. Oh my God. Hello, beautiful little bird. How are you? Looks like a chicken, but like it looks like a wild chicken. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to call it here because I've had such a fantastic 3 days, 2 nights here in Uthai Thani. It was great to get back on Zelda, and even though we got soaked, we had so much fun. I feel energized, I feel healthy, I feel clean inside, not outside. Obviously I'm sweaty and muddy, but I think I was struggling a little bit mentally in Bangkok recently. I think the pollution was getting to me. I think it was starting to feel claustrophobic. But to get out into the provinces, on Zelda especially, has really reignited my passion and love for Thailand. So much so that I've just, this morning, planned another video where I'll be getting, not on Zelda, but a very similar looking bike. And I'm going to head into northern Thailand and visit some places that I want to go check out. So that'll be next week on this channel. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please like the video, completely free to do. If you're brand new, you've never seen me before, I do this kind of thing quite often on the channel. We've gone all over the world, but we've really deep dived into Thailand for the past 4 years. And I'll see you soon. Cheers.